Welcome, have a nice day. Today is Monday, 5 of June 2023. The United Nations General Assembly designates 5 June as the World Environment Day, marking the first day of the Stockholm Conference on the Human Environment. Another resolution adopted by the General Assembly the same day led to the creation of UNEP, World Environment Day. Today in history, June 5th is the 156th day of the year, 157th in leap year. In the Gregorian calendar, there are days 209 remaining until the end of the year. So starting the newspaper analysis with the newspaper, the Hindu states that President Draupadi Murmu arrives in Suriname. President Draupadi Murmu arrived in Suriname on June 4 on a 3-day visit, her first since assuming office in July last year to bolster India's bilateral engagement with the South American country. President Murmu will hold bilateral talks with her Suriname counterpart Chandrika Persad Santokhui. The Hindu newspaper also states that United States Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin arrives in India on 2-day visit. United States Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin arrived in India on June 4 on a 2-day visit to explore ways of further strengthening bilateral defense cooperation, especially in areas of transfer of critical technologies for co-development of military hardware. Secretary Austin's trip comes over 2 weeks ahead of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's state visit to Washington. Secretary to Defense Lloyd Austin. The Hindu newspaper also states that central government taking holistic approach to revolutionize healthcare. Amit Shah says the center has taken a holistic approach to revolution healthcare by implementing a series of initiatives, including Ayushman Bharat. Union Home Minister Mr. Amit Shah said in Kochi on June 4. Amrita Hospital in Kochi was inaugurated on May 17, 1998 by former Prime Minister Atal Bihari Vajpayee. Union Home Minister also Amit Shah addresses at the 25th anniversary of Amrita Hospital in Kochi on Sunday, June 4, 2023. Going towards the Indian Express newspaper stated that Nepal Open accuses Prime Minister of sellout to India on return to Supreme Court stays citizenship bill. As a member refused to relent, Speaker Devraj Ghimri adjourned the House and ruled that it will meet the next day. PM Modi his Nepal counterpart Pushpa Kamal Dahal Prachanda in New Delhi. Indian Express also states that Amit Shah meets a team of wrestlers. They ask for early charge sheet. The meeting, which is learned to have lasted for over 2 hours and ended after midnight, was attended by Olympic medalists Bajrang Punia and Sakshi Malik along with the several coaches. We had a meeting with the Home Minister. I can't comment further, Bajrang told the Indian Express. Wrestlers Bajrang Punia, Vinesh Phogat and Sakshi Malik were seen at Jantar Mantar in New Delhi. Indian Express also states that fresh violence breaks out in Manipur. Center sets up a probe panel. Police said the firing started after midnight at Sugnu Mamgang Lekhai. At least one person is reported to have injured in the exchange on fire. Sungo saw large-scale violence, including firing incidents and burning of houses on May 28. Village volunteers keep vigil from a makeshift bunker in the Sughu Jimmy Levion. Going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that what is electronic interlocking system that led to Odisha train accident? Know its significance. Union Railway Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw on Sunday said that a train accident in Odisha's Balasore may have been due to a change in the electronic interlocking system. Even as the Commissioner of Railways Safety continues an investigation into the country's worst rail tragedy in the nearly 3 decades. Restoration work underway at Odisha Balasore district on Sunday. It is actually the electronic interlocking system forms the nerve center of the Indian Railway signaling apparatus. It is an interconnected system of signals crossing a point, crossing and points, the three elements that comprise the signaling setup and ensure that trains across the railway expansive 120,000 kilometer network travel seamlessly and do not come in each other's way. A point is movable, a piece of track that changes the train's direction. These are moved using switches operated from a control panel. A crossing usually installed at a junction performs a similar function. Hindustan Times also states that main litigant in Varanasi's Gyanvapi mosque case to withdraw after lack of resources harassment. Jitendra Singh Vishan, who heads Hindu organization Vishnu Vedic Sanatan Sangh, has announced that he and his family are withdrawing from all cases related to the Gyanvapi Mosque complex in Varanasi, citing lack of resources and alleged harassment from various quarters. The litigant and also cited financial stress to contest the cases. Hindustan Times also states that environment river activist Manoj Mishra passes away at 68. Environmentalist and Yamuna activist Manoj Kumar Mishra died in Bhopal on Sunday afternoon after a long battle with the COVID-19. The 68-year-old was hospitalized due to the disease on April 10, suffered lung damage and was on the ventilator since April 19. Those close to him said that a 68-year-old was hospitalized due to the disease on April 10, suffered lung damage and was on a ventilator since April 19. Those close to him said the report. Going towards the economy of the country, private investment to move from promise to delivery this year. CII chief R. Dinesh makes a pitch for quick win reform to ease access to growth capital, deepen global trade ties this year. Confederation of Indian Industry (CII) President R. Dinesh believes there is a scope for some quick win reforms aimed this election year to spur up the economy, like expanding global trade ties and facilitating investments from pension funds and insurances. And insurers, while bigger changes like GST rationalization and fixing archaic factor market law may have to wait till beyond 2024. Confederation of Indian Industry President R. Dinesh. Saudi Arabia cuts oil output by 1 million barrels per day to boost sagging prices. Saudi Arabia said on June 4 that it will reduce how much oil it sends to the global economy, taking a unilateral step to support the sagging cost of crude after two earlier production cuts by the member of the OPEC plus alliance of major oil-producing countries have failed to push prices higher. Saudi Arabia, dominant producer in the OPEC oil cartel, was one several members that agreed on surprise cut of 1.16 million barrels per day in April. The announcement of Saudi cuts of 1 million barrels per day, which will start in July, followed a meeting of the alliance at OPEC headquarters in Vienna. India's import of Russian oil scales new high in May. India's import of cheap Russian oil scaled another record in May 2023 and is now more than the combined oil bought from Saudi Arabia, Iraq, United Arab Emirates, and the United States industry data showed. India took 1.96 million barrels a day from Russia in May 2023, 15% more than the previous high in April 2023. Going towards the world news, including plane over Washington causes military jet to scramble after crashes in Virginia. Nepal open accuses Prime Minister to sell out to India on return. Supreme Court stays citizenship bill. Pak woman who attacked military installations to be jailed for 10 years official. Ukrainian president says at least 500 children killed by war. European Union's due diligence rules could test trade ties with ASEAN. Going towards the science and technology, three Chinese astronauts returned home safely after 6 months stint in space station. The new set of astronauts will stay in the space station for 5 months. Three Chinese astronauts on Sunday returned safely to Earth on board the Shenzhou 15 manned spaceship after completing 3-year, 6-month mission to build China's space station. Chinese astronauts from Shenzhou 16 mission from left Gui Haichao, Zhou Yangzhou, and Chiang Haiping. How the climb up Mount Everest has changed in 70 years. 70 years ago, Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay Sherpa made history by climbing the world's highest peak, forever changing the passage to Mount Everest. It is June 2, 1953. Two historic headlines jostle for space on front pages. Elizabeth II is crowned a red one next to a splendid portrait of the British coronation ceremony. The other headline comes from 7,331 kilometers away with an equally splendid silhouette of the world's highest peak. Everest is conquered. Hillary and Tenzing reached the summit on May 29. New Zealander Sir Edmund Hillary and Nepal's Tenzing Norgay Sherpa made their historic ascent of Mount Everest, reaching the peak at 29,032 feet. Their outstanding story traveled down the mountain on foot to telegraph the station in Kathmandu's Namche Bazaar, from where it was sent to the British embassy and was typed into the history 4 days later. Mount Everest has never been the same after that. How genome sequences are tracked down an ancient disease. Here is a complete pictorial representation. Peter Bruegel's The Trump of the Death depicts the social upheaval following the Black Death. At last, there's a famous quotation said by Abraham Lincoln, whose birth anniversary is February 12, 1809, up to the April 15, 1865, was an American lawyer, politician, and statesman who served as the 16th President of the United States. From the 1861 until his assassination in 1865, Lincoln led the Union through the American Civil War to defend the nation as a constitutional union and succeeded in abolishing slavery, bolstering the federal government, and modernizing the United States economy. Mr. Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, says a famous quotation. He says that, "Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree, and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the